Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradha Hari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradha Hari. Yashodanandana Rajajanarandana. Yashodanandana Rajajanarandana. Yamuna Tera Yamuna Tera Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradha Hari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradha Hari. Yashodanandana Rajajanarandana. Yashodanandana Rajajanarandana. Yamuna Tera Vanachari. Yamuna Tera Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradha Hari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradha Hari. Yashodanandana Brajanarandana. Yashodanandana. Nandana Brajajanarandana Yamunatira Vanatari Yamunatira Vanatari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Śrī Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Śrī Advaita Gadadhar Śivāsādi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Śrī Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Śrī Advaita Gadadhar Śivāsādi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Śrī Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Shyam Sundar Radha Shyam Sundar Radhe Jaya Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Jaya Radhe Shyam. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Vishupad Paramahamsa Raghushaya Sota Sata Shishamachila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jaya Vishupad Paramahamsa Raghushaya Sota Sata Shishamachila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Jai Sri Rup Sri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Ji Jiva Gopalabhutta Rasa Raghunath Sari Goswami Prabhu ki. Prem se ko Śrī Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Śrī Advaita Gadadhar Śrīvadhari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki. Śrī Radha Krishna Go Gopa Gopi Govinacham Kunda Radha Kundagiri Govardhana ki. Vrindavan Dham ki, Mathura Dham ki, Mayapura Dham ki, Jaganapuri Dham ki, Tulsi Maharani Bhakti Devi ki, Ganga Yamuna Devi ki, Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki, Śrī Śrī Gaunitai ki, Śrī Śrī Kṛṣṇa Balaram ki, Śrī Śrī Radha Shyam Sundar ki, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki. All glories to the Asama devotees, all glories to the Asama devotees, all glories to Śrī Guru and Śrī Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Nashtabaye Shavadesho Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Ete Cham Sakalapum Sam Krishnastu Bhagansayam Indriyar Vyakulam Lokam Ridyante Yuge Yuge Krishna Vanamte Sa Krishnam Sangopangastapa Sadam Yagya Sanketapaya Yajante Hisamera Saha Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam Pranama Dukkha Samanastam Namami Harim Param. So we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, second chapter, text number 52. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Daita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. He sabhāra darśanete āche māyā-gandha. turīya kṛṣṇera nāhi māyāra sambandha. sabhāra darśanete āche māyā-gandha. turīya kṛṣṇera nāhi māyāra sambandha. sabhāra darśanete āche māyā-gandha. turīya kṛṣṇera nāhi māyāra sambandha. sabhāra darśanete āche māyā-gandha. turīya kṛṣṇera nāhi māyāra sambandha. Matajis. sabhāra darśanete āche māyā-gandha. turīya kṛṣṇera nāhi māyāra sambandha. This sabhāra of the assembly, darśanete, in seeing, āche, there is māyā-gandha, connection with Maya. turīya, the fourth, kṛṣṇera, of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Nāhi, there is not. Māyāra, of the material energy. Sambandha, connection. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Śrī Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Śrīla Prabhupada ki. Translation. Superficially we see that these puruṣas have a relationship with Maya. But above them, in the fourth dimension, is Lord Kṛṣṇa, who has no contact with the material energy. Purport. The three puruṣas, Kāraṇodakaśāyī Viṣṇu, Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu, and Kṣīrodakaśāyī Viṣṇu, all have a relationship with the material energy called Maya, because through Maya, they create the material cosmos. These three puruṣas who lie on the Kāraṇa, Garbha and Kṣīra oceans, respectively, are the Supersoul of everything that be. Kāraṇodakaśāyī Viṣṇu is the Supersoul of the collective universes. Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu is the Supersoul of the collective living beings. And Kṣīrodakaśāyī Viṣṇu is the Supersoul of all individual living entities. Because all of them are somehow attracted to the affairs of the material energy, they can be said to have some affection for Maya. But the transcendental position of Śrī Kṛṣṇa Himself is not even slightly tinged by Maya. His transcendental state is called turīya, or the fourth dimensional stage. Om ajñānatimirandasya jnananjana sarakaya chaksodan militam yenam tasmai Śrī Gurave namaha. Śrī Chaitanya-manobhistam sthapitam yena bhutale Sayam Rupakadamayam dadati sabadandigam Bandeham Śrī Guru Śrī Yata Padakamalam Śrī Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sērupam sagrajatam sahagana raganatanvitantam sajivam sadvaitam savadutam parijana satam Krishna chaitanya devam Śrī Radha Krishna padam sagana lalita Śrī Viṣṇu He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīna Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Govika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Datta Kanjana Gaudangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Hare Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Śrī Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Śrī Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Jadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So in this chapter, the second chapter of Yadi Lila of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is elaborating on the third verse of the Mangalacharan of the Chaitanya Charitamrita of the Yadi Lila. So, auspicious invocation. Mangalacharan, that refers actually, that is explained also in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, that what is the meaning of Mangalacharan? So, in the auspicious invocation, Nirdesh Vastu, so the object of the book is defined. So the object of that book, that is actually Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the nectar of the pastimes of Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. That is the subject matter of this book. And then Namaskar, that is included in Mangalacharan, offering obeisances to Vastu, to the object. And then the third, Ashirvad, that is included by offering, by reciting Mangalacharan, by offering respect to the Ishtadev, to the worshipable Lord, then automatically the blessings of the Lord are included. So the first verses of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, they are glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, explaining his position, explaining that he is actually no different from Radha and Krishna. Radha Bhava Dyuti Somitam Nomi Krishna Sarupam. He is Krishna Sarup, Krishna himself, but he has come with a bhav, with the mood of Srimati Radharani, the duty, the luster of Srimati Radharani. Antar Krishna Bhayir Gaura. Jiva Goswami is explained in the invocation to the Sandarbhas, explanation of the Srimad Bhagavatam, that Mahaprabhu, so is Krishna himself, is blackish inside and golden outside. So the complexion of Srimati Radharani, the mood of Srimati Radharani. Also explaining that when we speak of Mahaprabhu, all his associates are included. Vande Guru Misha Bhaktam Isham Isham Avatarakam Tap Prakasham Tak Chakti Krishna Chaitanya Samgyakam. Vande Gurun. So the spiritual master, the Diksha, Shiksha Guru are there, included. Mahaprabhu's devotees. Advaita Charya, who is a manifestation of Mahavishnu or Sadashiv, Vishnu, and also Lord Shiva simultaneously. And then Nityananda Prabhu is no different from Balaram. And then the Shakti, the energy of the Lord, the Mool Shakti Srimati Radharani. So she has come in the form of Gadadhar Pandit. So the third verse is explaining about the absolute truth, param tattva. Advaitam, yad advaitam pranipashadi tad apya atsyatanubha ya antar yami purusha iti sosyamsa vibhava sadaishvara purno yaya bhagavan sasvayamayam na chaitanya krishna jagati paratatvam paramiha. Explaining that there is no truth superior to Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So explain that is the third verse of the Mangalacharan, and this second chapter is in regards to the third verse of the Mangalacharan. First of all, explaining Yad Advaitam Brahmopanishadi Tad Api Asyatanubha. That refers to the impersonal aspect of the absolute truth, which you Upanishads describe, and the Mayavadis, they want to merge into the absolute truth, but impersonal aspect of the absolute truth, which is a Brahmajyoti. And in Srimad Bhagavatam also it is explained, Vadanti tattva vidas tattva jnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti satyate. The learned transcendentalists, so they explain the absolute truth in three aspects. The non-dual absolute truth, it is beyond this material world. There's duality in this material world. There's birth, there's death, there's light, there is darkness, there is heat, there is cold, there is pain, there is pleasure. But the spiritual world, the spiritual domain is beyond this duality of the material world. Therefore it is known as Advaya Gyan, non-dual. But the Mayavadis, so they think that non-dual means the absolute truth is one and everything will merge into that. They will not see the Supreme Being. They will simply see the one aspect of the absolute truth, which is the Brahmajyoti. Nirakar Brahma. So has no form, no qualities. That is, the Brahmajyoti is actually Krishna's effulgence. And so here it is explained, Na Chaitanyat Krishna Jagati. So Krishna is Swami Bhagavan, that is explained also in Bhagavatam, Āche Chamsa Kalapumsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. There's only one Swami Bhagavan, that is Krishna. There are many personalities of God as known as Bhagavan, but they are expansions of Krishna, or the expansions of Krishna. And none of them are addressed as Swami Bhagavan. Only Krishna is addressed as Swami Bhagavan, and also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is no different from Krishna. And not only that, he is also taking the luster and the mood of Srimati Radharani. Elsewhere it is explained in the scriptures and also in the Mangalacharan verse that the absolute truth is one. But it became two to perform pastimes. That is Radha and Krishna. Radha Krishna Pranay Viklidir Larini Shakti Rasmat. And then again, they become one in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the one absolute truth is there at the same time. So it is not dual, it is beyond the qualities of this material world. Nothing to do with this material world. And that is also indicated in this verse which we are discussing and throughout the Vedic literatures. So Krishna is in the turīya. So that is the fourth dimension beyond this material world. So Advaitam, so non-dual, it is transcendental, but there is a spiritual variety. There is oneness, is there, everything is one from one point of view. Everything is included in Krishna, but there is a variety. And Krishna is the source of everything, not only of the personalities of Godhead, but is the source of the spiritual world, is the source of the material world, and all the energies, the Shakti Tattva is there. Also, that is explained that Krishna, so his potencies, or the unlimited potencies actually, but Krishna's form is Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. That is the absolute truth. So it's eternal, full of bliss and knowledge. Sat. So the aspect of the existence. Although Krishna is the source of everything, but a personification of the existence, that is Balaram, Sandini Shakti. And the personification of knowledge, that is Krishna himself, Chit. And the personification of the pleasure, Ananda, that is Srimati Radharani. So the absolute truth is one, but then different manifestations are there. Just like even in the material world, to give an example, there is the government. Any country has a government. Any civilized country has a government. The government is one, but there are different personalities. Like in India, for example, there's one government, the Indian government. But there are many personalities, and the supreme is the president. Of course, very powerful person is the prime minister, and he's doing the action. He's executing everything, and he's practically almost the most important person. And the president, but it is actually according to the scriptures also, and very intelligent, the Indian government, and because actually the Vedic culture is there in Bharatvarsha. So the president is above everything, above everyone, and is not directly involved in affairing the things of Bharatvarsha, of India. But the prime minister is involved, like anything. And then the different ministers are there in all the states. How many states are there in India? 40 or something like this? 39. 39. So each state has a chief minister, but the top minister is the prime minister. And they're all reporting to him. So he's a busy man, he's a businessman, and big responsibility. Unfortunately, Bharatvarsha has a good prime minister. And so the president is above, and some things are proposed to him, and he takes some decisions. But the most decisions of what's happening here in India that the prime minister is taking. So in each state has a chief minister, and then there is also different districts are there in the state, like Mathura district. And so then there's the magistrate is there, the top person in the district, and there's a deputy magistrate, superintendent of police, there's a governor for each state. So many personalities are there. Similarly in the kingdom of God, so Krishna is the supreme, but then there are so many planets are there in the spiritual world, and each one is inhabited by one Bhagavan, personality of Godhead. But Swayam Bhagavan is only one, that is Krishna, and then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna, but is different also. So the unlimited planets are there in the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. But the highest planet is known as Krishna Loka, and that is divided in 4. Dwarkapuri, where Dwarkadish is residing, and then Mathurapuri, Mathuresh is residing. These are also expansions of Krishna. No different and different from Krishna. The Samaishwarya is their opulence. But they have their palaces like Krishna in Dwarka, 60,108 queens. They all have their palaces. So much opulence there in Krishna Loka. Even more than Vaikuntha actually. And then even there in Krishna Loka, actually Golok is the biggest planet. So even all the Vaikuntha planets, and what to speak of the material world, does not equal to Golok. All the Vaikuntha planets and the material world do not equal to Golok, where Krishna is residing. And next to Golok, the Shetadip Navadvip, where Mahaprabhu is residing with his associates. So that is the spiritual domain. By Krishna's desire, then sometimes, not always, the material world is manifested, only sometimes. by Krishna's will, it is manifested, and then when this material world is manifested, then of course there is a process of then creation. So by Krishna's will, it is manifested. So and then by the Lord's Achinta Shakti, inconceivable potency. So one part of the spiritual sky is there and is becoming covered, just like a cloud in a clear sky. And then there's the element known as pradhan, that is unmanifested matter. Because the spiritual world, there is no maya in the spiritual world. So sometimes there's no maya at all, there's no material world. But then by Krishna's will, then there's one element known as pradhan. And then by Krishna's will, then pradhan turns into prakriti and mahatattva. Just one small part of the spiritual sky is then covered. It is also, just to give an idea, that three-part vibhuti, the spiritual realm is three parts and the material world is one realm, one part. That is just to give some description, but the spiritual world is unlimited. But the material world is also so big, the material existence, we cannot imagine. But it is totally insignificant, ultimately, the material existence. So when the Prakriti and Mahatattva is there, from Pradhan, then it is material energy is there. By Krishna's will, it manifested. But Krishna is transcendental, and turīya is not touching, is never touching the material elements. But it is coming from Krishna also inconceivably. And when Krishna is coming, this world is always beyond. When he's appearing, and especially Yashodananda Shama Sundar, it's never touching. Whereas the three Purusha avatars, as mentioned here, is about darśanete. So, āche māyā-gandha. So here Prabhupada is mentioning connection with Maya. So Gandha means also, there is a scent. There is a scent of Maya there. Very slight. But still the Purusha avatars are actually transcendental. But they have to be involved in this creation. But still they are transcendental. Just like a lotus leaf is there in the water, and even the water is going on the lotus flowers, the leaf. But it is not really mixing. You can see practically that the drops of water on the lotus flower, or on the leaf of the lotus flower, the drops are simply there. Whereas other times, if the water is going on the leaves or the flower, they will absorb the water. But not with the lotus flower and the lotus flower's leaves. So, but a slight touch is there for the purpose of creation, and then even then a further, so that and even further manifestation is Shambhu, Lord Shiva, is even a little more involved in this world than Vishnu, for the purpose of creation, and then the external energy is manifested, Maya Devi, Durga Devi. And then by their combination, then these material elements, and then the material forms with the help of Lord Brahma, and then by Brahma's supervision, the living entities who have come in this material world, from that part which is covered, the cloud in the spiritual sky, the material cloud. From there the jivas, the Buddha jivas, they are falling in this material world. So first, when this material world is manifested, actually, it is explained also in the scriptures, so Krishna's Mool Roop is the source of everything, and Balaram is his first expansion in Golok. And then Vasudeva, Krishna, pigeons are there. Hare Krishna. Okay, showering flowers. But there must be demigods in disguise. Everyone is Braj is very, very special. The birds, the trees, they're not ordinary beings. We should understand. So the pigeons also. So, in this manifestation here, so Krishna is the origin of everything, and Balaram is elder brother, but Krishna is the source of Balaram also, his elder brother. And he has a father and mother, and he is the source of the father and mother also, which in the material world is not possible, we understand. The father and the mother, then the child is coming. But in Golok, Krishna is the origin of everything, and then he has a mother and a father, the manifestations of Krishna ultimately, and Balaram, and most probably Srimati Radharani. So, and then the second expansion of Krishna, that is Vāsudeva Krishna in Dwarka, and Sankarshan Balaram. And then in Dwarka, and for that Balaram, who is known as Mool Sankarshan, Mar Sankarshan is manifested. Dvitiya Sankarshan. And from that Sankarshan, then the 10 Purushavatars, the 3 Purushavatars are manifested. Kāraṇodakaśāyī Viṣṇu, Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu, and then Kṣīrodakaśāyī Viṣṇu. So, when this material world is manifested, then, so, there's a causal ocean is there. Kāraṇodak. Karan means the cause of this world also, of course, after Krishna. Udak, so that is the water, causal ocean. So, Mahavishnu is there, so Kāraṇodakaśāyī Viṣṇu is also known as Mahavishnu. And from him, unlimited universes are coming out from his body. Biggest form in this world is Mahavishnu. We cannot imagine. So, unlimited universes, when he is exhaling, he's the biggest yogi, is Mahavishnu. Like, sometimes yogis, I do some yoga also, pranayama is good for health. And so yogis are there, they take in the breath, and then they're holding, and then exhaling. Anulom, Vilom, and so on, different breathing exercises are there. And by doing that, actually, one can live for a longer time. So even in the age of Kali, there are some yogis in the mountains, they can live to 200-300 years. But we cannot, because usually in the age of Kali, one lives 100 years and everything is very passionate. So, but the greatest yogi, that is Mahavishnu, and Krishna doesn't bother to hold his breath. Sometimes he does for a few seconds, and everything is included in him. He's the greatest yogi, is actually Krishna, but practically speaking, Mahavishnu is holding the breath for the longest time. And then he's exhaling, and then unlimited universes are coming into existence. And then Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu, Garbhodak. So second Puruṣavatar, who is then residing in the Garbhodak ocean. Garbha means also the womb of the universe. So the unlimited universes, and each universe, there's only one Mahavishnu, Kāraṇodakaśāyī Viṣṇu. But there's so many universes, and in each universe there's one Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu. And then from his lotus navel, one lotus flower is emanating huge, growing very high in the universe. And that is then the lotus flower is the residing place of Lord Brahma, that is Satyaloka. And in the lotus stem, there are the 14 planetary systems. So that is the second. So, and I mean, we cannot imagine the time of the existence of the universe. But that is just the exhaling, when he's exhaling, Mahavishnu. That is his one breath exhaling. Millions and trillions of years. And when he's exhaling, then everything comes into being. It is staying a little while, which is trillions of years. We cannot even calculate almost, and then he's inhaling, and all the universes are entering his body. Haribol. And then staying there for a little while, for trillions of years, and then he's exhaling, and again the universes are coming into being. Adabut. Inconceivable, wonderful and inconceivable, achintya. And then, so after the third Puruṣavatar is there, Kṣīrodakaśāyī Viṣṇu. So Kṣīrodakaśāyī Viṣṇu is residing in Shvetadvip, so the ocean of milk is there and is residing there. And he's a Supersoul, situated in everyone's heart, but he's also all-pervading. So I mean, so many devotees are here, so many human beings are there, and Paramatma is in each and everyone's heart. Is in my heart, is in your heart, right? You see him? No, not so easy to see. Advaitam Achyutam. And then here, so in this second verse, Antar. So first description of the Brahma Jyoti, but that is insignificant and we don't want to talk too much about that. But then Antaryami, the Supersoul in everyone's heart. So there's discussion about that. And also situated in everyone's heart. And so some persons, they are attracted to meditate, the yogis, some yogis, on Paramatma, and they may realize, or just like there are many Mayavadis, so many Mayavadis are there and there are different philosophies. And, but only very few, they attain perfection, and then they enter the Brahma Jyoti, which is where they came from. So what is the use of that? So that is known as Suyujya Mukti. And so the conditioned souls are coming actually from the Brahma Jyoti, the Nityabada. And those Mayavadis and Brahmavadis who attain perfection, which is very rare, they will merge in the Brahma Jyoti, where they came from. Dormant state. We all eternal servants of Krishna. All the Nityabada also. But they are not serving at the present. So the unlimited jivas in the spiritual realm who are there in the spiritual realm, but they are not serving Krishna. The Nitya Siddhas, the eternal associates, they are serving in Goloka, in Vaikuntha, and the others, they are known as Nityabada, and they are not serving, but they are also servants of Krishna, but presently they are not serving. And these, they fall in this material world. And then they become conditioned, but then by the mercy of Guru Gauranga Kṛṣṇa, they may understand the position, that they may serve the Lord, and then they may attain perfection. And then they will never return to this material world again. So some persons, so after the Mayavadis, then some persons, they are attracted to Paramatma, or to Viṣṇu also. So we should understand also that Viṣṇu is there in Vaikuntha. So whereas Paramatma is actually manifestation of Maha-Sankharshan in the material world. So material world, the Viṣṇu, the Paramatma, Kṣīrodakaśāyī Viṣṇu is accompanying the jivas. So, but we cannot have an eternal relationship with Paramatma. It is not there. Either we have a relationship with Viṣṇu in the spiritual world, or with Ramchandra Bhagavan, or with Krishna. So, but Paramatma is helping us to advance in spiritual life. Those who are worshipping on Paramatma, even though many of them, some they try to merge into Paramatma also. They are just like the Mayavadis. Whereas some others, they may then understand that we are the servants of the Lord, and then they may also take up some service, but that is rare also. And some, they may then understand that Viṣṇu is the Supreme Lord. And some who are fortunate, they will understand that actually Krishna is Bhagavan. And so that is there. Sad Aishvarya Purna Yaya Bhagavan Sa Swayam Ayam. So Swayam Bhagavan, so that is explained in this verse of the Mangalacharan, and the third verse of the first chapter of the Adi Lila. And so this Mangalacharan verse, he's elaborating on this verse in the second chapter, just to make it clear. So because we read this verse and then we have some understanding, but we should have thorough understanding. And therefore Kṛṣṇa Kaviraj Goswami is explaining. And he's clearly explaining, so that also about the different personalities of Godhead. Vishnu, Narayan, of course then even Ramchandra Bhagavan is there, and then Kṛṣṇa, and Kṛṣṇa in Dwarka, and Kṛṣṇa in Golok. So they're all Bhagavan, and from one point of view they are the absolute truth, and they are one, and non-different, but then there's a difference. Also, as explained in the beginning, there's one government, and the chief minister is doing whatever he's doing on behalf of the prime minister, ultimately, or the president. But he has some independence, and he can do his things, and he may be a family man, he has a family. So similarly in the spiritual realm, so Narayan is there, he's part of Krishna's government. So he's not different from Krishna, but at the same time he's different. And he has his consort, Lakshmi Devi, and then so many servants are there, and there are so many Vaikuntha lokas and different personalities of Godhead, Vishnu Murtis, that is explained also. So they have the four weapons, the four symbols in their hands, the lotus, the club, the chakra, and what is it? Lotus, club, Padma, chakra, gada, Padma. Shank, yes, Shank, that is the fourth. The conch shell, blowing the conch shell, and then the lotus flower, to give blessings also with that. And the chakra and the gada, so the club and the Sudarshan chakra, that is to annihilate the demons in this material world. In the spiritual world, no demons are there, but still the things are there, the weapons are there, and that just belong. These are personalities also. And so Vishnu is very beautiful, and he has so many ornaments, and so he has weapons also. But then only when the material world is manifested, then he's using the chakra and the gada. Not in the spiritual world. No need. No demons. No māyā in the spiritual world. We want to go there where there's no māyā. And so the Bada Jivas are there, and they are falling to this world. The associates, they will not fall. Not possible. So then he is explaining here in these last verses also, and here, so of course here explaining the Purusha avatars, how they have some touch with Maya, because so the first one, Mahavishnu, is lying in the coastal ocean in the material world. So little touch is there, but still is transcendental, as explained, just like the lotus flower is not touched by the water. And then also Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu is there, and Kṣīrodakaśāyī Viṣṇu. So they are also non-different from the Supreme Lord. So the expansions of Mahashankarshan, who is an expansion of Mūl Shankarshan, in Dwarka, who is an expansion of Balaram. But they are always eternally existing since time immemorial. But still it is explained in this way. So that by material intelligence we cannot not understand, but by engaging in devotional service we can have some understanding. So then he's also explaining that so Narayan is no different from Krishna, but at the same time different. So one may be thinking, well, Krishna was here, he appeared here in this world, and so he took birth in Gokul, some say in Mathura, because actually Krishna, he appeared in Mathura as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, and that is Vasudeva Krishna. And in Gokul, he appeared, that is the original Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, appeared as the son of Nanda Baba and Mother Yashoda at the same time. And in Mathura, that is Vasudeva Krishna, who is the expanded form of Krishna. But then Vasudeva Krishna was brought by his father Vasudeva, and then so Krishna already had appeared also. At midnight both of them appeared, but it took a little while to come from Mathura to to Vrindavan, rainy season. It was heavy rain. And so much water was there in the Jamuna. But then because he was carrying Krishna and Jamuna Devi, of course, then she made way, but also with a wave she touched the lotus feet of Krishna. Vasudeva Krishna. And then he put his son there, but he didn't see Yashodanandan. So because first Krishna appeared from the transcendental appearance from Maria Yashoda, and then she turned around. And then Subhadra, Yogamaya, appeared. So she's the sister. So she appeared after Krishna. So younger sister of Krishna. So Krishna was behind Maria Yashoda. Therefore Vasudeva could not see Yashodanandan. He only saw the girl. He took the girl and put his son. And then Vasudeva Krishna jumped over Maria Yashoda and then merged into Yashodanandan. So they are not different but different. So for some time Vasudeva, in this world, but we should understand Vasudeva Krishna is always in Mathura and in Dwarka, always. Even when he comes here, it doesn't mean he's not there, and same as Yashodanandan. He's in the spiritual realm and then he comes here also. So simultaneously, there and here. So for the time being, Vasudeva Krishna merged into Yashodanandan. So now I be thinking, and then so many demons came. They were sent by Kamsa to kill Krishna. And Krishna killed the demons. So how is not touching this material world? The demons are demons, they are not transcendental, but actually it is mentioned also in the scriptures as a covering of the transcendental abode of Braj in this world. So the demons, they cannot really enter Vrindavan, they are on the surface of Vrindavan. Even most people, they come here and they say, okay, now I am in Vrindavan. But to be in Vrindavan means you're fully Krishna conscious, then you're in Vrindavan, otherwise you're on the surface. The three modes of material nature are there. Or you're free from modes of material nature, you're free from Raja Tamagun, or so you can see, but you are here in Vrindavan, you're in Vrindavan, somewhat a little bit in Vrindavan, but then also on Vrindavan, the material nature is there. But the pure devotees are always in Vrindavan, and Krishna also. And then there's a covering is there. The pure devotee and Krishna is never touched by the modes of material nature. But everyone else is done not completely in Vrindavan. Maybe a little bit in Vrindavan, but the demons are not at all. They're only on the surface, on the covering of the holy Dham. And so then they're coming here, and Krishna, so is there performing his pastimes, right? When he's a baby also, he's crying, he's really crying, and so that his transcendental illusion is there. Mukunda, he becomes bewildered, Krishna, by his own energy for a few seconds, because he likes that also. But then he's Sarvagya also, even when he was a small boy. And the Shakatasur is there. In a cart was there, and some things were put there, and he was underneath, and he knew there is a demon there, and wanted to crush Krishna. And he just with his small foot, most probably just one foot, most probably the left foot. Why to kick with the right foot? I kick with the left foot. Like he lifted the Govardhan hill with the left hand, with the little finger of the left hand. Usually we have two hands, and those who write and do things with the right hand is stronger. Krishna is doing also things with the right hand more. But still his left hand is as good as the right one. But still he's lifting with the left hand and the little finger of the left hand. So most probably he kicked this cart with the left foot. But then it is mentioned also, but still actually Krishna is not killing any demons, but it is Vasudeva Krishna or Vishnu. They are touching the demons, and then blood is coming, like killing Kamsa. or the restless Mustik and Chanur, or the elephant Kuvarayapida. That is Vasudeva Krishna is killing them. And so even it is mentioned, and he has the task of the elephant, some blood was there also. So almost touching material energy, but still not touching also, even Vasudeva Krishna or Vishnu. But Krishna always completely transcendental, and playing and playing. But still then he has some fun. And so simultaneously when the demons are killed, so Krishna is there also, but then Vasudeva and Vishnu are there also. That is explained by the Acharyas. Then when Krishna appears, all the incarnations are also there with Krishna. And then but only one time, nobody is there with Krishna. That is usually a noon time or night time, when Krishna is with the gopis. When Krishna is with the gopis, who are manifestation of the internal potency of Srimati Radharani, and there's the conjugal mellow, then it is mentioned at that time during Ras Leela, when Krishna is in Radhakunda noon time with Radharani the gopis, then Vishnu, Narayan, they all go in the sky. And Krishna is together with the gopis and enjoying. Because Vishnu cannot enjoy with Radharani. Not possible. And then when this time is over, Ras Leela is over, then Vishnu and Narayan again entering Krishna also. So that is Adbhuta Krishna. So most wonderful manifestation, or the origin of all manifestations, that is Krishna. And his pastimes are Adbhuta. And by the mercy of the Acharyas who have mentioned all these things, we can understand a little bit something. But truly and fully understanding Krishna is not possible. Not possible. Only a little bit we can understand. Even Anantashesh was thousands of heads. Even though Brahma, he has 4 heads. He's the smallest Brahma, because our universe is the smallest. So we shouldn't be proud. I'm here and wherever we are, whatever we are. We are living in the smallest universe. Or the universes that are much bigger, therefore Lord Brahma has more heads. 10 heads, 100 heads. But still they cannot understand Krishna. They cannot fully describe Krishna's glories. Even Anantashesh, Sahasra Shesha Purushaha. There's thousands of heads, Shesha. And Miji has thousands of tongues. But still he cannot glorify Krishna sufficiently. Not possible. And same with Mahaprabhu also, who is not different from Krishna. He cannot be fully understood and glorified. Even Adbhut, Krishna Adbhut Mahaprabhu is not different from Radha and Krishna. So most wonderful. So in the 4th dimension, the Supreme Lord. So anyhow, so we just try to say a few words. And it is 8 past 9, so we should stop here. Hare Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Go Premanande Hari Hari Bol. And